What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV, aka Darth Apocalypse. So shout out to the subscribers that put me on to this particular story, and we're going to see over the next couple of days just how many content creators on social media are going to keep the same energy for this guy that they had for Maya Doka, that they had for Michael Irving, that they had for anybody that looked like those fellas that was involved in any type of situation where they supposedly engaged in salacious activities with females. Let's just see if they keep the same type of energy. So this is from NBCSports.com. Jed York allegedly arranged to pay $140 for sex at a trailer park. More details are emerging regarding 49ers owner Jed York's Sunday arrest and, within a day, no contest plea in Ohio. York ultimately pled no contest to disorderly conduct and possession of criminal tools. The disorderly conduct charge initially was a charge of engaging in prostitution. Via the California Post, court documents revealed that York, quote, responded to an ad on a known prostitution website in Columbiana County, Ohio, and arranged to have sexual activity with a female in exchange for $140. Per the report, York went to the meeting location, a trailer park in East Palestine, Ohio. He was taken into custody after a law enforcement agent from the Mahoning Valley Human Trafficking Task Force determined that York had, quote, in his possession his cellular device, which was used to arrange the criminal act, which apparently means that the criminal tool was the cell phone. York undoubtedly will be subject to discipline under the personal conduct policy. The NFL has not yet responded to an email seeking comment on the potential for York receiving punishment under this policy. Now, look, I'm not the smartest man in the world, right? But something tells me, because look, if you're a billionaire, right, as he is, you own a franchise. If you just want to have sex with a woman, you can get that anywhere. You can get that anywhere. You don't have to be discreet about it. You live in California. You don't have to be discreet about it. Something tells me there's something they're leaving out here. Something tells me because of this man's power. Let's see how wealthy this dude is. Let's just online. It may not be totally accurate, but let's see. Jed York net worth. Probably $1 billion, maybe. Well, his personal net worth is around $500 million, but the family's net worth is close to $9 billion. So, the criminal tool is the cell phone. That's key here. That's key here. So there's criminal evidence on his cell phone. So that's him communicating with either the person who he thought that he was going to be arranging this rendezvous with, right? The handler, right? So let me get to the point. I think, maybe it's just me, I think that he thought he was going to be hooking up with somebody that's a little bit younger than what the law allows. That's just I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking here. Because, like I said, if you're from California, and I get it, he was in Ohio for the particular area, for the game, but why go to a trailer park? All these toothless mammy yokums walking around in a trailer park where you can afford to have the baddest biatches walking around. No, he was being discreet and a creep because he wanted to do some creep shit. My spider senses are tingling maniacally with this one. I don't think this was just, him trying to get some strange twang for some change. I think he was trying to do the unthinkable for $140. I mean, because am I really off base here? Now, some people say, man, you're speculating hard. Well, I could be wrong. I do know that he's a married man. I don't care if his wife filed for divorce. He's a married man with kids. Since we always want to moralize all the fucking time with a man Doka, oh man, that guy got kids, he's with the law. He should be ashamed of himself. Well, he needs to be ashamed of himself too, because you could potentially be exposing your wife to all types of diseases. No, I'm saying people do the usual. The narrative changes. Now it's about, it's two consenting adults. It should be legal anyway. Well, this don't sound like it was two consenting adults. Human trafficking force? Hello? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about when I say that the media protects certain people, but they don't protect our black asses. Because I'm guaranteed that's what's going on. They're protecting this dude because of who he is. Just like they protected that Indianapolis Colts owner, who obviously was a fucking drug addict. The one that died last year. They protected him. Oh, he had to go to the hospital because he had pneumonia. No, the motherfucker overdosed. Tell the truth. He had a fucking drug overdose in his home. Because he was a fucking crackhead for all intents and purposes. The Colts had a crackhead as an owner. But they got covered up because of who he is and the image of a prestigious white billionaire. Man, this dude right here, I'm telling you, man, something is wrong here. And they're trying to cover it up. But, we see it all the time with certain people. It gets covered up. And this is why I say, and I will continue to say, and I don't care who don't like it. I don't give a shit about the Diddy shit anymore. I don't care. Because the media covers up for these others. And as long as they keep doing that, I don't care what any of these other guys do anymore. If that makes me a racist or biased, I don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. Because if you're not going to keep it 100, if you're going to protect certain people because, they look like you and you're involved in the criminal justice system, or you're a content creator and you want to be biased, but you want to make us the face of everything, I'm going to do the same thing. You're not going to guilt trip me into being fair when you're not being fair. Nah. And I want to see the same people who demanded that Michael Irvin be fired for touching a woman's elbow. I want them, if I'm correct, allegedly, I could be wrong, but if I'm correct, and that's what he was engaged in, he needs to be expelled from the NFL and expelled from any type of situation. He needs to be imprisoned. Human trafficking, Human trafficking force, task force. Nah, I'm not stupid. I know what's going on. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.